Talking Scranton Prep girls basketball, Bob, it seems like the years go by. We talk every year. This is a great setting here at our Carolyn Janelle, the pizza capital of the world, a place you know pretty well.
Yeah, it's home.
Yep. It feels always nice to be here and talk a little bit about your squads. And this year, another special year and high expectations as well. So let's talk here about the 2024-2025 squad.
We returned 5 starters from a team that went to Hershey. So there has been a target on our backs all year long. And I think for the program, I've said to them that's a good thing because expectations come with success. So what we tried to make sure of is that we didn't look past moments. We wanted to make sure we were in the moment each game and that we weren't like transporting ourselves to another state championship game. A lot of things had to happen before that. So we really focused on playing a very difficult non-league schedule. Did not play any District 2 teams in non-league. We were outside the area the whole time. And then the Lina tournament, obviously, which is a priority for us. And then the league. League finished last night. We were able to go through the league undefeated and get our 8th championship in a row. And now we move on to districts. But this group has seen it all and done it all. But it's a little bit different now because it's the last one for them as seniors. So a little bit, not to say that there wasn't always urgency, but maybe a little bit different feel to it this time.
You go from last March to shortly this March. We're a couple weeks away. Obviously, the first thing you think about when you go from season to season, hey, we need to be healthy. Yeah. We need to get better. And, we need to get a quality schedule that you said you did. Let's talk about those other components, about the health of the squad, and then what was the focus from last year after the game and the weeks later. Hey, if we do this, we might be able to take that next step. Yeah. But, boy, we're a heck of a team, no doubt.
Well, one of the main things is personnel-wise, we're different. We were able to add two freshmen and a sophomore to the rotation, which we really didn't have last year. And the one freshman, Chloe Mamera, is 6'1", uber talented kid, and has made us different. And we look a lot different when she's on the floor, and she can do some things that as a post player and as a physical presence and a rim protector and all of those things that we have not had. I think more than that, from a coaching standpoint, I had to change because, kind of growing up with Coach Semenza, I was one of those who wanted to have a lot of control over what we were doing offensively, particularly. And so one of the things I realized is that when you get to that level, your kids have to be able to play. They have to be able to play in the moment, in chaos, and they have to function, because once you reach that level, everybody's well coached, and so they're going to take away what you ordinarily try to do. So we have to be able to adapt to that and just at times be basketball players. And sometimes as a coach, it's hard to let go of the reins a little bit, but with this group, their basketball IQ is so high, it's been easier for me to do that.
The hunger, the passion from them, obviously you have it, the program has it, so to speak, but they can't expect, like anything else, hey, we're just going to go through, hey, we got there last year, we got everybody back, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder than that.
Yeah, I think we hear a lot of that from the outside. People just kind of assume that we're going to walk through the state tournament and get back there. Certainly all of that's about matchups, and things fell a certain way for us last year. There were some teams that I thought we'd see that we didn't see. And I know what's out there. I know what's in District 12. I know what's in District 3. I know what's in District 1. Like, there are good basketball teams all over the state. So our focus now that the regular season is over is game to game, because they have to understand that the minute, when Jeff Gregory was with me as my assistant, he used to always tell the girls, we cannot afford to have one bad hour, because one bad hour sends us home. So that has to be the focus, where we're playing possession by possession, not even quarter by quarter. Every possession is like we're playing for our lives, because that's what we're doing. So they're smart enough that they understand that, and they work real hard, and spend a lot of time in preparation for individual opponents. So I don't think we're going to be surprised by anything that we see. It's just a question of us functioning at a high level and being connected, and the ball bouncing our way a little bit.
Take us through the girls on that floor that are here with us tonight, and
Right.
the talents that all of them have and what they bring, and got some record setters.
Yeah, 3 of them have been starters for 3 years. Maya Jenkins was All-State as a sophomore. We went to the Final Four, lost to Lansdale Catholic. Has been just an outstanding offensive player. We knew that when she was a freshman, that's what she was. I think what she has been able to do is improve as a ball handler, improve as a decision maker, and improve tremendously on the defensive end of the floor. And that's a credit to her, not just being willing to be a kid who's going to stand and make shots from behind the three-point line. Claire McGrath has been our point guard and our leader without question since she was a sophomore. The minute Lizzie Neville walked out the door, Claire became the leader of the team, and really my voice on the floor. She's been able to take the things that I want to do offensively and defensively, and without me a lot of times having to say it, kind of implement those things and bring those things to light on the floor. In my opinion, she's the best defensive player, high school defensive player I've ever seen, certainly that I've ever coached. And so, while she has never been a big scorer, I say to the kids all the time in practice, it doesn't matter to me if Claire McGrath ever scores a point. What she brings to what we do on the floor is that important. Bella Denenbaum's been a starter for the better part of 3 years. Has been an undersized post player, but through sheer hard work has turned herself into much more than that. She can step out to the three-point line, make shots, can take people off the bounce, still gets us 8 or 9 rebounds a game because of the guts and the heart that she has. And so her versatility has made us, by translation, more versatile. And so she's turned into one thing as a sophomore into something totally different now. Jenna Hillebrand, All-State last year, just got her 1,000th point the other night. I said this, I find it hard to believe that there are too many shooters out there in the United States who are better than she is. She puts on displays at practice where I just turn to my assistants and shake my head, where she'll go through, 15, 20 possessions of an offensive segment and just not miss. And then that carries over into games where now she becomes the focal point of the opponent's defense and opens things up for her teammates. Can take the ball off the bounce, like last night scored 19 with only 1 3. Can get to the basket, scores in transition, kicks balls loose defensively. So, obviously any kid who scores 1,000, that they can put the ball in the basket. And Ashlyn Moore, our 5th starter, kind of the Swiss Army knife of the group, can do a little bit of everything, has scored when we've needed her to, takes really tough defensive assignments. We're still not real big. And so a lot of times she's guarding girls who are bigger and stronger, but does not give an inch at that end of the floor, is our secondary ball handler after Claire, and has a toughness maybe that we don't necessarily have in other parts of the program. And so, when I talk to other coaches, a lot of times she's the one that they talk about. She's so tough, she's so physical. And so the 5 of them mesh really well together. They have, and there's no ego there. I know a lot of coaches talk about that, but they've lived it. I've watched them live it for 4 years. They're happy for each other. They want to see each other succeed, and that's been kind of the recipe for our success.
Bob, always good to catch up with you, and all the best going forward in the next few weeks.
Appreciate it, John. Thanks.